Think you know motorcycle safety? Think again. Most riders, yes, even experienced ones, still make critical mistakes that lead straight to the hospital. We're not talking about the usual wear your helmet advice. We're diving into the 9 real-world things you should never do on a motorcycle that wreck bikes and snap bones every day. Miss one, and it could cost you everything. Let's get into it. Number 1, never ride beyond your skill or limits. Pushing your limits might feel thrilling in the moment, but it's a fast track to disaster. Never let ego or peer pressure trick you into riding above your skill level. Maybe your buddy dives into a corner at 80 miles per hour. That doesn't mean you should. Taking a turn too hot is one of the most common self-inflicted wrecks in motorcycling. Up to 66% of single-vehicle motorcycle crashes happen because the rider went wide in a corner. The lesson? Ride your ride. If a group is riding like they're on a racetrack, drop back. As one expert puts it, if you have to actively try to maintain the pace of the group, you are riding beyond your skill level. There's zero shame in slowing down to stay safe. The real riders will respect you for it. Number 2, never neglect your pre-ride. Safety check. Before you even roll out of the driveway, give your bike a once-over. Never skip your pre-ride safety check. Your life could depend on it. A motorcycle isn't like a car. If something fails, you don't have a cage to save you. Tires lose pressure or tread. Brake pads wear thin. Chains slacken. Bolts loosen. The list goes on. It takes 2 minutes to inspect the essentials: tire pressure and tread, brakes, lights, oil, and controls. Make sure nothing's leaking or about to fall off. Always check that your motorcycle is in excellent mechanical order. Riding on worn-out tires or faulty brakes can be disastrous. One bad tire can mean no traction in a critical moment. Don't find out the hard way that your brake fluid was low or your tire was dry rotted. A quick pre-ride check is far easier than dealing with an avoidable crash. Number 3, never ride tired or distracted. If you're exhausted or your head's not in the game, do not get on the bike. Riding a motorcycle takes full mental and physical alertness. Never ride when you're fatigued, drowsy, or emotionally distracted. Studies have shown that being extremely tired impairs you just as badly as being drunk when it comes to reaction time and awareness. Think about that. Riding tired can be as dangerous as riding under the influence. Likewise, if you're upset or angry, your judgment goes out the window. An adrenaline-fueled, pissed-off rider is more likely to speed or make foolish choices. This dramatically raises the chance of a crash. So if you're yawning on your bike or seething over an argument, pull over. Get some rest, cool down, or save the ride for another day. Your brain is your best safety tool. Don't ride without it in peak condition. Number 4, never assume other drivers see you. On a motorcycle, ride like you're invisible, because to many drivers, you are. Never assume the car next to you or the oncoming driver at an intersection sees you. One of the most dangerous mistakes you can make is trusting that you're visible. The reality is most drivers are distracted or simply not looking for a motorcycle. Always anticipate that the other guy will pull out or cut you off. Position yourself to be seen. Stay out of blind spots. Use your lane positioning to stand out, and make sure your headlight is on. High visibility gear or reflective elements can help, but even with those, never trust drivers to notice you. Ride defensively, cover your brakes approaching intersections, and have an escape route. Remember, it's on you to avoid them, not the other way around. As a rule, if you wouldn't do it if you were completely invisible, don't do it on a bike. It just might save your life. Number 5, never follow too closely. Tailgating in a car is bad. On a motorcycle, it can be fatal. Never follow the vehicle in front of you too closely. Always keep a safe cushion of space. If that car slams on the brakes or swerves, you need time to react and room to maneuver. A good rule of thumb on a bike is at least a 2-second following distance in ideal conditions, and even more, 3, 4, or 5 seconds if traffic or weather is bad. That space isn't just for fun. It gives you precious seconds to brake or swerve if something happens. Remember, motorcycles can stop quickly, but cars behind you might not. If you're too close and have to jam on the brakes, you risk getting rear-ended as well. Riding is not a place for impatience. Back off the throttle, keep your distance, and you'll have a much bigger safety buffer when the unexpected inevitably happens. Number 6, never panic brake. Mid-corner. Here's a critical riding skill. Never abruptly brake or chop the throttle in the middle of a corner. When you're leaned over in a turn, any sudden change grabbing the front brake or closing the gas can upset the bike's balance instantly. The tires have only so much grip. If you panic brake mid-lean, you risk a skid and a one-way ticket to the pavement. Many riders learn this the hard way when they enter a curve too fast. The bike feels like it's running wide. They freak out and hit the brakes, and down they go. The better move? Set your speed and entry before the turn. If you do find yourself hot in a corner, trust the bike. Look through the turn and lean more rather than stabbing the brakes. Modern motorcycles and tires can corner harder than you think. Remember that most single bike crashes in curves come from rider error, not the bike's capabilities. So never change speed abruptly mid-corner unless you're expertly trail braking. Keep it smooth. Brake before the turn, then roll on the throttle gently through the curve. It's all about maintaining stability and traction. Number 7. Never stare at obstacles. Where you look is where you go. This is the golden rule to beat target fixation and braking. This rule is something you should never do. Target fixation means staring at the hazard you're afraid of. If you lock your eyes on it, guess what? You're very likely to ride right into it. Instead, train yourself to look away from the danger and towards your escape path. Like the pros say, the bike is going to go where you're looking. If there's a pothole or debris, don't look directly at it. Look for a way out, where you want to go. For cornering, look through the turn to where you want to end up, not at the guardrail you're scared of. It sounds simple, but in a panic, our instinct is to zero in on the threat. Fight that instinct. Never fixate on what you're trying to avoid. Keep your eyes up, scan far ahead, and always focus on the safe zone, not the hazard. Number 8. Never ride without an escape plan. When you're on a motorcycle, always have an exit strategy. Never ride boxed in without an escape path. This means you should constantly be aware of where you could go if things suddenly go wrong. Is there a clear shoulder on your right? Is the left lane open? Can you swerve around that car if you had to? If you're following behind a vehicle, offset your position so you're not directly in their tire track that way, you're not staring at their bumper, and you have a path around if they stop short. As one riding coach put it, whenever you are riding, always maintain some sort of escape path in case it hits the fan. Never get complacent and just cruise blindly behind a truck or in between cars with no out. Scan your mirrors often to see what's coming up behind you, especially at stops. For example, at a red light, stop toward a side of your lane and keep the bike in gear. If the car behind isn't slowing down, you have room and readiness to move. Always leave yourself out. It can make the difference between a close call and a deadly collision. Number 9. Never wear gear that compromises your vision or control. Gear should protect you, not endanger you. Always ensure your clothing and equipment aren't creating new hazards. A dark tinted visor at night can severely reduce visibility, making it nearly impossible to spot road hazards in time. Switch to a clear or lightly tinted visor after dark to keep your vision sharp. Loose clothing is another major risk. Shoelaces, baggy pants, or unsecured straps can tangle in your shifter, brake lever, or foot pegs. Riders have had laces snagged and get yanked mid-ride, locking them to the bike and causing crashes. The solution? Tuck in laces, secure all straps, and avoid anything that flaps in the wind. This includes backpacks or cargo nets. Don't let a poor gear choice turn a normal ride into an emergency. Dress smart, ride safe, and eliminate unnecessary risks.